Hello and happy 2016. This is the first video I'm filming in this brand new year and I'm so excited. I'm going to share with you guys my 2015 favorites. So all of the products that I absolutely loved in 2015. I tried to narrow it down so that this video wouldn't be half an hour long. So I did my best just to pick out the products that really stood out to me this past year. I had an amazing 2015. I had so much fun making memories, traveling, and I am so excited for 2016. So I hope you guys had an amazing year too and are so excited to start 2016. So before I go on a tangent about how quickly this past year has gone by, I'm just gonna start talking about my favorites. I'll start with beauty tools. This Conair brushless dryer has been my absolute favorite this past year. I got it at the beginning of the year at Target when they were having their closing sale, but I was so excited to get this. I have tried a lot of higher end hair dryers and also lower end hair dryers, and this by far is the best. It's lightweight, it's very powerful. This button here, the cold shot button, actually blows cold air at your hair. So if you're setting a hairstyle or setting a blowout, this will actually blow out cold air, and it just works really well. I found that I have been blow drying my hair a lot more this past year because of this hair dryer, because it's so easy to use, it's fast, and it's convenient. 2015 was when I rediscovered my Clarisonic. I used a bunch of different cleansing tools this past year. I tried the Clinique facial brush, I tried the Ferrule Luna and the Ferrule Luna Mini, but at the end of it all, I decided that I love my Clarisonic. So I just recently upgraded from the Clarisonic Mia to the Aria, which has been rebranded to the Mia3. Essentially, it has 2 more speeds and just a different charging mechanism. So I rediscovered this past year and I just fell in love with it again, especially with the cleansing brushes that I use with it. So I use a combination of 2. So I use the Radiance brush head, which is on this right now. And then I also use the Cashmere brush head, which is this one here. So this is ultra soft. It's so luxe. It feels so great on the skin, but it's not always the best brush to use for that exfoliating feeling. That's why I use the Radiance brush head. So this duo is what I have been loving cleaning my face with. So I'll use the Radiance brush head maybe 5 times a week, and then I'll use the Cashmere brush head 2 times a week. And I recently just discovered that you can actually buy the twin pack of both of these brushes. Before, I would just purchase these brushes separately, and it comes out, you know, it's pretty pricey because these are like $30, $36 each. I bought mine on thebeige.com, but I found it at Sephora in stores. They're not online yet, but you can see them in stores. So this one is called the Hydrate and Glow. So it comes with 1 Cashmere brush and 1 Radiance brush. I am just so ecstatic that they came out with this. It's like they read my mind when they came out with this. I wanted to mention some makeup brushes that I've been absolutely obsessed with. So this is how I've been kind of storing my makeup brushes lately in my bathroom. The brush line that I wanted to highlight as my favorite over this past year are from Sonia Kashuk. So I have 3 of their face brushes and they are one of my absolute favorite brushes. They are so soft. I love the shape of them. The quality is really nice and I'm just so happy that I picked these up. So these are the 3 face brushes that I have been rotating through this past year. My favorite is the Dome Blusher brush, which is this one. This is just like the perfect shape. I love the tapered shape. It's great for blush. So the Sonia Kashuk number 2 brush, which is another blusher brush. And this one is more of like a flat paddle kind of brush. And then this is the number 1 brush, which is for powder. And I love to use this with bronzer. It is just so fluffy and soft, and it just applies powder and bronzer beautifully. Let's talk about skincare. 2015 was the year for masks for me. I have always loved masks, but this past year I have integrated it into my nighttime routine where I do a mask once or twice a week. So I keep my masks in this jar in the bathroom. I have a whole bunch and I don't have like a holy grail mask. I just kind of alternate between different masks depending on what my skin needs, whether it's dehydrated or whether I have problematic skin. So these are a few that I've been loving. This is from First Aid Beauty. This is the Purifying Mask with Red Clay. I love this. It is really great for detoxifying the skin. It looks a bit scary on because the cream is red and it dries very odd, but it is amazing and I love this mask. I also really love the Origins masks, and whenever they come out with little trios, like sampler trios, I always pick them up. So they came out with a bunch for Black Friday and also for Boxing Day, and I love having these because they're perfect for travel, and They're just really handy to have, like a bunch of them at a time. This one is the Drink Up Intensive Mask, which is an overnight mask. If you have really dry skin, this is really great. I love to bring this on airplanes. This is the Out of Trouble mask. If you have breakouts on your skin, this one is a really good mask to help detoxify that. And then this one is the Clear Improvement Charcoal Mask, which is again really great for detoxifying the skin and just helping get all that gunk out. I also love the sheet masks. So the Face Shop is a brand that I discovered this past year. They are a Korean skincare and makeup brand, and I love their face mask and also some of their other cleansers. So this one is just the face mask in lemon, which is nice. They have a whole bunch of different face masks, from avocado to lemon to rice to honey. So there's literally a face mask for whatever skin issue you might have. 2015 was also the year for face oils. I have been obsessed with face oils this past year. I used to always be wary about face oils because I do have combination skin, so I thought that the face oils would make my skin more oily, but it does not, and I actually really love face oils on my skin. I don't feel like it accentuates any of the oiliness. In fact, it really kind of rehydrates my skin because I have like that odd combination slash dehydrated skin. So skin oils actually are amazing on my skin. So I have a bunch here that I rotate through. I don't use one religiously, so I have 5 here that I rotate through. This is the Kiehls Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This one is on its last leg. I have to repurchase it, but this is amazing. It's so hydrating on the skin, and my skin always feels so amazing the next morning after using this. This is the Caudalie Polyphenol Overnight Detox Oil. Not the best scent, but it's effective. This one is really great again for hydrating the skin. The Body Shop Vitamin E Overnight Serum-in-Oil. This one smells the best out of the bunch. It smells so good. It's just a really nice face oil to rehydrate my skin overnight. This is the controversial Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Night Oil. And I hate to love this because I know, well, according to Beautypedia, it doesn't have a lot of skincare benefits to it, but I like it on my skin. It makes my skin so soft and supple, and I do notice that it does help with the texture of my skin. I don't find it as effective as when I first started using it. I think I mentioned that before, but I do like it, and I would repurchase it. Then the last one is the Olay Regenerist Facial Oil. This is the only one I use in the morning and at night, and it's just a really lightweight oil. This one I don't feel like it has any skincare benefits whatsoever, but it feels nice on the skin, so I just include it in the mix of facial oils. It's actually really funny because when I was watching my favorites video for 2014, a lot of the products that I mentioned there are still my favorites, and I kind of try to pick and choose products that I haven't mentioned before. Otherwise, it would have been the exact same video, without a lie. So that being said, you guys know my ultimate favorite base for the skin is the Chantecaille Just Skin. It's just my ultimate favorite. I absolutely love it. It can do no wrong in my eyes. It applies beautifully. It looks great on my skin. It lasts all day. However, if that did not exist, this Diorskin Nude Air would be my favorite base of 2015. So this is a really lightweight kind of serum foundation. And you guys know I'm not really a foundation person because I don't like anything that feels heavy or like cakey on the skin. I just don't like that. I don't feel comfortable in that. But this is really nice because it's lightweight. It does offer a bit of coverage. This gives my skin a really great, refreshed, luminous look to it, and it feels like nothing. It applies so beautifully and so seamlessly that it just doesn't feel like anything's on your skin. It's so lightweight in that aspect, and that's why I love it. It's so easy to use. I do find that I always have to set this with a powder because it is a serum, so if I don't set it, it will kind of slide, especially around my oily T-zone. So I always set this, but it will last all day long if I set it with a powder. Speaking of powders, I am still absolutely obsessed with the Hourglass Ambient Powders. This is the palette that I got last summer, so summer of like 2014, and I absolutely love it. It is so good. I've actually been wearing them down pretty evenly because I don't just like wear one powder out of this palette. Dim Light is the one over here. This is my favorite setting powder. It just has such a beautiful satin finish. This is a really beautiful highlighter. This one is Radiant, which is a warmer powder, so I like to use this on my cheeks just to give my skin a more sun-kissed glow. I've also been really loving Diffused Light for under the eye. It just offers a really beautiful brightening effect. When I wasn't using those Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders, I was using this Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Powder. I totally broke the compact on this. I dropped it on tile floor and it just separated. But this is a beautiful sheer powder, and again, it just offers a really beautiful satin finish to the skin, and I absolutely love it. This one is a pretty good match to my skin tone. It's number 30, but if I were to go a bit darker, it would make a beautiful bronzer. Now, with the Diorskin Nude Air, I typically go for more of a mattifying powder because I want it to last all day long. So whenever I use that, I bust out the Becca Blotting Powder Perfector. This is the tinted version. This one is just a really great mattifying powder. It will set anything and it will make it last all day long. For bronzer, I have been obsessed with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer. This is just a beautiful bronzer. At first, I was wary to try this because I typically gravitate towards more of matte or satin bronzers, and this looked like it had a lot of shimmer in it, but it actually does not translate shimmery or glittery on the cheeks at all. It just adds a beautiful glowy sun-kissed look to your cheeks, and I absolutely love it. It was my favorite bronzer this past year. For blushes, I'm still obsessed with the Hourglass Ambient Blushes. This is still my favorite Mood Exposure. It's a beautiful mauve color, and it's what I'm wearing right now, and it just looks so great on the cheeks. I love this stuff. I'm also still obsessed with the Burberry blushes. This one was my favorite for this year. This is in Cameo, again, that mauve color. I was really drawn to mauve blushes this past year, so this one is right up there with my favorites. And then I also have to mention the NARS blush in Lustre, because this is a beautiful shimmery apricot shade that I was obsessed with during the summer. Again, it just adds a beautiful like sun-kissed glow to your cheeks. For concealing the dark under eye circles that I have been obsessed with this combination. So the Giorgio Armani Corrector in number 2. The orange tint in this is perfect for counteracting the bluish darkness that I have under my eyes. So absolutely obsessed with this. Again, I have to repurchase it. It's down to its last leg. These two are the concealers that I have been obsessed with. So the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer is no surprise. I have been using this all year. This one is a new one, the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer, and I like this one also. These two are pretty much on par in my opinion. They both have great consistency. They're both a perfect color match for me. They apply very beautifully. They are long wearing, so I'm absolutely obsessed with these two. For brows, I have to say that the Dip Brow Pomade has been my favorite. It's not the easiest product to use because it doesn't come in like a pencil form. It just takes a little bit more effort to put it on, but it's worth the effort. I was a little wary that this wouldn't last all day on me, especially because I have combination skin, but it does, and it applies beautifully, and it just adds a really great definition to my eyebrows, so I can make them as full as I want or just as defined as I want. This is the brush I've been using with it. This is the number 12 brush from Anastasia, and this is the perfect brush to use with this Dip Brow Pomade. This is still the very first Dip Brow Pomade that I purchased last year, and it hasn't dried out yet, and I still have so much product to go because you only need a little bit of this. So for $23, you are getting a lot of product and a lot of wear out of this. And last but not least, I have to mention these Hourglass lipsticks. So I discovered these Hourglass Femme Rouge lipsticks earlier this year, and I am obsessed. The formulation is perfect in my opinion. It is hydrating, moisturizing, creamy but not too slippery, and the colors are wonderful. So my favorite lipstick has got to be Fresco from Hourglass. This is the one that I use pretty much ever since I got it. It's the perfect My Lips Are Better color. It's the perfect like neutral color to wear for every day, and I'm obsessed with it. I've actually already repurchased it. But I love all of the other colors from the Hourglass line. They're not spectacular or unique, but they are beautiful, they're wearable, and again, the formulation is amazing. This is another color I picked up in Nocturnal, which is the perfect like deep berry color. Those were my favorites for 2015. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I wanted to thank you guys so much for sticking around this past year and checking out my videos. And to all of you who watched my holiday vlogs, thank you guys so much for coming along my December adventures. And I wish you all a very happy, safe, and healthy new year, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye!